What's up, guys? I'm going to teach you something tonight in under 10 minutes, so I got to talk fast. Um, your engines that we talk about all the time. I try and figure out how to explain it to you guys that don't have any experience. I try and find ways to I think about ways to explain it to you to make you understand it faster, better, and it doesn't matter, but it's always a good thing to know. So, what I got going on here, and Vern's not on because we're way too technical for Vern tonight. I'm doing some valve lash adjustment on this Intech 20 horse Briggs and Stratton because I hear a tick. It runs good, but I hear a loud tick. I hear a tick that shouldn't be. It's not normal, and it's just normal wear and tear. The gas we burn nowadays, and the punishment that these little engines go through, it's going to happen. So we got to keep up on our adjustments in our valve train. And I just want to explain it to you. It's really simple. It's not. It's kind of cool the way it works, and it's kind of amazing. But let's get after it. So anyway, I have my rocker arms. I have the valve cover off. This is the valve cover right here. Okay, this is all you see right here when your motor's together. I took that off, and underneath here are our rocker arms. There's a set over here. There's a set over there. This is a twin cylinder engine, so we have two sets of these things. This right here is an intake valve. This thing right here is an exhaust valve, rocker arm, okay? This is intake, rocker arm. This is exhaust, rocker arm. They work together in sync. When I say that, you roll your eyes and you're like, what the hell are you talking about? Okay, let me explain it to you this way. Consider your body is a engine. Intake would be, and exhaust would be, that's it. Intake, exhaust. That's how it works. That's all it's doing. Now, the way it does that is the engine spins, okay, the crankshaft spins, the piston comes up, there's a piston inside this engine, and then all of this, it's going up and down. And it's going up and down, it's creating a vacuum, and it's creating an exhaust pressure all at the same time. Isn't that amazing? Well, here's how it works. These have to be set top dead center on compression stroke. You're like, what are you talking about? I hope my light is not terrible. This light, it's not helping. It's hurting more than it's helping. But if I turn the flywheel by hand up here, okay, you can see this valve open. That's the exhaust. So that pushed down, the valve opened up inside the cylinder, which means whatever gas would be in that cylinder if this was running is going out the muffler, okay? If I spin it again, you're going to see the intake opens up and the valve closes. So now when the intake opens up, that's letting gasoline down the carburetor to go into that cylinder, that round cylinder. Now, as that's happening, the piston's all the way at the bottom, so it helps sucking that gas in. As it comes back up, you see both valves are closed, okay? This is where we're coming up on compression stroke. I have the spark plugs out of this motor. I need to find top dead center, and what that means is the top of the compression stroke. So as I turn the flywheel, you'll see it's pushing the screwdriver out, okay? And now it's going down again. I went too far. Let's back it up. Okay, that's the furthest point. That's the highest that piston can go right there. And what happens, both valves are closed, so that means there's gasoline stuck in that cylinder. When that piston gets to this point, that's right, this guy right here makes a spark because he's in the spark plug hole. When he makes a spark, there's an explosion. There's an explosion in the cylinder, and then it carries on to that explosion, and that explosion pushes that piston down. And these, we got teamwork. We got two pistons, so the other one's doing the opposite of what this was doing right now. So as this flywheel and the crankshaft and everything spins, it opens the exhaust, and it lets out the exhaust. That's the noise we hear through our muffler when our engine is running. So when they say top dead center, I have to make sure the intake opens, then closes, and I have to put my screwdriver here, and as I turn the flywheel, it's going to push the screwdriver out. Right there is top dead center. So that's going to be compression stroke. Now, these are measured with feeler gauges, very thin pieces of metal. They all have numbers on them. This is a .006 to a .008. This is supposed to be where the exhaust side is supposed to be. And I can take this and I can put it between the valve stem and this rocker arm, and it's very tight. The intake side is supposed to be .4 to .6. Okay, it's a little bit thinner. It's tighter. But I can take this bigger one and just put it in there like nothing's going on, and I can still wiggle it. You see how loose this is? That's how loose this is. All right. So I'm gonna have to loosen this jam nut. I might have to screw this in just a touch to tighten this up, and that's probably going to take care of our ticking. I don't want to go too far, or this valve is going to stick open and it's not going to run right. So it's very, very technical. It can be touchy, I guess you could say, but that's the way they work. And if you hear a loud one ticking, you need to have it addressed, because if it gets too loose, hopefully if it gets too loose, it's just not going to run good. But if it gets too loose on the bad side of things, stuff's going to start breaking, and you don't want to break anything inside. So I hope I taught you something in under 10 minutes. Actually, I see it's been under 7 minutes. So I hope I learned you. I got to concentrate and tighten these valves up so they're not ticky. Plus, helps with economy, and it helps with power. Timing. It's all about timing. Everything in an engine is all about timing. So, hope you guys learned something. We'll see you later.